What's up YouTube? Silver Dragons here, and in this video I want to talk about a reason why you should not be stacking physical silver in 2022. So let's do it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I do sincerely appreciate it. If you want to learn more about investing in precious metals, or if you just want to watch awesome videos about gold and silver, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so I need to start off this video by saying that I am a silver stacker. I buy physical silver to protect myself from inflation. I buy it as a savings account. I buy it as insurance. I love to purchase physical silver. In fact, I've been doing it for several years. I'm just starting my 5th year of silver stacking here in 2022. But I was thinking about purchasing physical silver and when I would actually not recommend that other people buy silver. Now, I've made videos in the past talking about, hey, if you can't afford your bills, if you need to put food on the table, obviously don't worry about stacking. And this video is not talking about those situations. I'm talking about a situation in which I would not recommend anyone purchase physical silver. I would stop purchasing physical silver if this situation came up. Now, do I think it's going to come up in 2022? I don't know, but I do think that it is possible. So that's why I'm making this video. Now, what would the situation be in which I would stop buying silver and recommend no one else buy silver as well? There would be a few things that would need to fall into place before it would actually come up. The first thing we would need to see is an increase in the price of silver. Now, I'm not talking about a massive run-up. Silver doesn't need to go to $100 or $1,000 an ounce. It could go to $40, $50, $60 an ounce, and this situation could come up. Also, we would not need to see the spot price of silver change very much. I'm talking about the actual price of silver, how much you have to pay to obtain a physical ounce. Currently, we pay about a $2 to $5 premium over spot, but if these premiums went to $20, $30, $40 over spot, that would be enough to trigger this event. The other thing we would need to see is the price of gold go down, stay where it is, or only go up slightly from where it is now. If these two events happened, then we would have a decline in the gold to silver ratio, and that is the magical event that I'm talking about. Let me explain why. Currently, the gold to silver ratio is right around 80 to 1, which means that you could buy 1 ounce of gold with 80 ounces of silver if you didn't factor in any premiums. Obviously, if you look at premiums, silver typically has a higher premium than gold, so it would probably be around 70 or 75 ounces of silver to actually buy 1 ounce of gold. Now, the gold to silver ratio changes from time to time. We've seen the gold to silver ratio go up, and we've also seen it come down. Now we can look at how much gold is mined every year and how much silver is mined every year, and then figure out what that ratio is and see how it compares to the actual ratio in the prices we pay now. USDebtClock.org is one of my all-time favorite websites. There is so much information on here, but if we look at the world metals production year to date, we can see there has been around 11 million ounces of gold mined in 2021 and 824 million ounces of silver mined in 2021 as well. I am filming in December of 2021, so these numbers will fluctuate slightly by the end of the year, but this gives you a general idea of the ratio. So let's do a little bit of math. The total amount of silver divided by the total amount of gold will give us the ratio. So 824 divided by 111 equals 7.42, or around 7.5 to 1. Now, why is it that gold is only 7.5 times rarer than silver when it's being mined, but the price is 80 times higher? Does this have to do with above ground supply, price manipulation, perhaps demand? We're not going to get into that argument in this video, but I just want to point out that silver is fairly rare, and the natural ratio suggests that silver should be priced higher than it is now. In fact, I'm not the only person that thinks this. I did an interview with Keith Neumeyer, the CEO of First Majestic Silver, and this was his thought.
So for every 1 ounce of gold that all mining companies are mining worldwide, only 8 ounces of silver are being mined, which is in itself pretty nuts. So you mentioned a ratio of 73 to 1. Well, that's the trading ratio. So that's what the market value puts on silver, but it should be, in my opinion, much closer to the actual mining ratio, because that's your actual supply demand number. So I think that's where we're going ultimately.
If we do see the price of silver go up in 2022 and the gold to silver ratio come down, well then at one point it is not going to be advantageous to continue to stack silver. You should move over into stacking exclusively gold. In fact, some people plan on selling all of their silver and converting it to gold at a specific ratio. Before I talk about what ratio I would no longer be buying silver at, I want to first bring up the possibility of silver going up significantly in 2022. And to that, I would point to a market crash. If the Fed reduces their balance sheet and then increases interest rates, we could see a total market crash. People could flock to precious metals, and at that point we could see the price of silver and the price of gold go up significantly. And as we know, silver typically moves faster than gold, so likely it would go up faster, thereby lowering the gold to silver ratio. And then at some point you got to think, when do I stop buying silver? So for me personally, if the gold to silver ratio goes above 80, then I typically focus mostly on silver. If the gold to silver ratio is between 60 and 80, then I focus on a combination of gold and silver, sometimes 50-50, sometimes a little bit more on one or the other if I see a good sale or something like that. But for the most part, I buy gold and silver. If the gold to silver ratio goes below 60, then I'm going to be focusing more heavily on gold. But I don't plan on stopping my silver purchases until the gold to silver ratio gets below 40. So if you're watching this video and you have no idea what the gold to silver ratio is, all you got to do is search for it on the internet. Just type in gold silver ratio and you'll be able to then at that point decide for yourself, what should I buy? Should I go with physical silver or physical gold? At the end of the day, both of them will do a great job in protecting you from inflation. They're great as a savings account. They're great as insurance. They're great at storing your wealth in a crisis so that no matter what happens at the other end of it, you'll be able to retain your wealth. Now let me finish this video by saying that yes, I do plan on buying physical silver in 2022 unless the gold to silver ratio goes below 40. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what is going to happen this year. And so that's why I'm putting this video out there. I think it's extremely important if you are a stacker to understand the gold to silver ratio and understand when you should be buying which metal. Sometimes you should be buying silver and sometimes you should be buying gold. Now, I am curious what your thoughts are regarding the gold to silver ratio. Feel free to leave a comment down below in the comment section. And lastly, I just want to say a huge thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you all in the next one. Silver Dragons out.